G20 presidency. I share with Minister Moines that President Widodo will be also one of the co-chairs of COPEX AMC Summit on the 8th April 2022, which reflects Indonesia's strong commitment to support COPEX. The second point that I raised during the discussion is on the post-pandemic economic recovery. Colleagues, I welcome progress of bilateral economic cooperation and committed to work harder in strengthening our cooperation. And despite the pandemic, the trade value between Indonesia and Panama in 2021 increased by 59.05%, amounting to US$ more than 173 million US$, compared to 109 million US$ in 2020. And we agreed to further explore measures to boost economic relations by bringing Indonesia and Panama private sectors closer together through Indonesia, Latin America, and the Caribbean Business Forum, inviting Panama business sector to use INA Access, a digital TTI platform, to explore trade and investment opportunities and enhancing market access for Indonesia products such as fisheries, pharmacies, and garment. We also agreed on the need to explore greater investment between our two countries, as investment value remains far from pre-pandemic level. On this note, Indonesia notes positively the information received last night that Indonesia, and confirmed during the meeting, that Indonesia has been taken off Panama's restricted list, as it will help to expedite the visa application process for Indonesian and enhance closer interaction among our peoples, including between our business communities. And last point on the bilateral that I discussed with Minister Moines is on the women empowerment. This issue, we already discussed it during the phone conversation before. Women empowerment is always one of the topic of discussion when we meet and we discuss, communicate with each other. And during this meeting, Minister Moines and I discussed critical role of women and girls in the COVID pandemic and post-recovery. And women should be and is an integral part of recovery. And we share the same views that investing in women means investing in our future. Colleagues, on top of the bilateral issue, we also discussed a number of regional and international issues, including the situation in Ukraine. And with that, now I offer to you, Minister Moines.
Thank you, Minister. We are very grateful for the opportunity to be here, very excited. We covered a lot in our agenda, three main pillars. We talked on the political and dialogue, we talked about cooperation, and we talked about trade and investment. On the political front and the dialogue that we share, Indonesia's role within Southeast Asia, the presidency that you hold for the G20 as one of the key coordinations worldwide of the most important economies, and our support for a successful event this November, and limits related to that, we are working with CARICOM and SICA, so all Central America and the Caribbean nations, 20 in total, will be putting together in the coming weeks a proposal to be presented at the G20 through CARICOM of what we see as our view for the region, particularly in the context of everything that we're living through, the pandemic, the conflict in Ukraine, etc. So we value this opportunity with the leadership role that we have in the Americas and the leadership that Indonesia shares locally. On the investment and trade front, we talked a lot about how to strengthen our relationship, our trade, how to make sure that businessmen from Panama are coming here, and the same from Indonesia going to Panama. Panama grew 14% last year in its economy. It was the largest growth of any economy within our region, and we remain with one of the most positive outlooks for this year, coupled with the connectivity that Panama shares, and in the Americas, if you want to be connected, you go through Panama. We connect over almost 2,000 maritime lines get connected in Panama. Also through air is the hub of the Americas, and we also have 8 fiber optic cables that make us also the digital front. So that key player that Panama represents within the Americas has the natural bridge in Southeast Asia, and particularly in Indonesia, with the role that they play in the supply chain worldwide. So when you put this together, our connectivity and the role that you guys play in the supply chain, there's a lot of potential to further unlock between our two countries. And we are grateful for the support of Indonesia in the request from Panama to sign the TAC, the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, with the ASEAN to further bridge and get closer into Southeast Asia and put at its service all that we bring from the Americas and what we could expand and further unlock with the Southeast Asia. And finally, on cooperation, we talked on, there are several areas that are near and dear to both of our hearts. Women empowerment and what we need to do and keep women at the forefront of the agenda. We talked about renewals and clean energy. That is certainly something that we all need to keep on working very hard and make sure that regardless what's happening in the world, we keep very much centered that it is a greener planet, what we all need at all times. And we talk about cooperation between governments and ministries, and we signed today a cooperation of our academies, our diplomatic academies, to further strengthen that bond between both countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.